I am Mrs. Karuna Jogle, teacher from NG Vartak English Medium High School and Junior College, Virar East. My subject is Geography, and today we will study chapter number 1, Field Visit.
Hello students, I am Karuna Jogle, teacher here with you for today's geography lecture. I extend a warm welcome to all my dear students for today's lecture. I welcome you all with a bouquet of love, care and lot of blessings. In today's lecture, we will start with chapter number 1, Field Visit. Now in this slide, students, you can see a teacher giving explanation and information to the students. The teacher is giving information about the landform, the type of soil, fruits, vegetables, flowers, trees available in a particular place, and the students are carefully listening to the information given by the teacher. Such type of visit is called as a field visit. So in short, if we want to sum up, what do you mean by field visit? Field visit means collecting geographical, cultural information of a particular place by visiting that place physically. Now in this slide, you can see the teacher and the students are present on that particular place and they are trying to gather the information about it. So such type of visit is called as a field visit. Means the most important thing regarding field visit is a person should be physically present at the place and then the person should collect information about that place. Then only that visit can be considered as a field visit. So today our topic is chapter number 1, Field Visit. I hope the concept of field visit is clear. Now let's start with this lesson. In this lesson, we come to know that field visit is very important for the study of geography subject. We can comprehend various geographical concepts and events through a field visit. In this chapter, the concept of field visit is explained through a conversation between a teacher and students. In this lesson, we will come across the conversation, that is dialogues, which goes on between teacher and students in the journey. And through that conversation, we can understand the concept of field visit in a better way. So, let's join them in their field visit. In this lesson, Rahul and his classmates along with their school teacher are going on a field visit from Naldurg in Osmanabad district to Alibag in Raigad district. So this lesson begins with a journey. A school has arranged a field visit to Alibag in Raigad district, and for that they have made arrangement of a school bus. Teacher, Rahul and his classmates, they all are ready in the bus to start with the journey. So their journey will start from Naldurg in Osmanabad district and they will continue till their destination, that is Alibag in Raigad district. So come on students, let's join them in their journey and experience the field visit. Here you can see the route of the field visit. Their journey will start from Naldurg, which is in Osmanabad district, and then they will continue slowly and finally reach Alibag, which is their destination. Now on their way, they will be visiting Solapur, Indapur, Hadapsar, Pune, Sinhagad, Khopoli, Lonavala, and then finally they will reach Alibag. So this is the route of the field visit. Now come on, let's start with their journey. Teacher gives instruction to all the students to carry the following items with them so that they will be comfortable during their field visit. The teacher guided them to take their bag, binoculars, water bottle, notebook, diary, pen, camera, cap, compass, map, first aid box and many other things. So as per the instructions given by the teacher, the students have done the packing and then they are ready for their journey. Their route of travel includes Sinhagad, Balaghat ranges, Solapur, Kalyan Darwaja, Devtek, Indapur, Pune, Lonavala, and Alibag. They have also decided to visit Shaniwar Wada, Tulsi Bagh, Mahatma Phule Mandir, Sinhagad Fort, Rajmachi Point, Alibag, Sea Coast, etc. So, this is the plan which the teacher has made for the field visit. They have decided to visit all these points on their route. So, now they have begun with the journey from Naldurg. So, let's be a part of this field visit with them. Teacher has given instruction to all the students that now our journey has started. So you should develop your observation skills, and from the bus, from the window, from both the sides, you should try to note down the points which are related to the different landforms, water bodies, fields, trees, flowers, fruits, human settlements, different types of houses, occupation, climate, and rainfall which they come across. So, as per that, students started observing the vegetables, the fields, agriculture, different types of houses which they find on their road, and also the climate and rainfall. As per teacher's instruction, students immediately started noting down the points in the notebook because the teacher has told them at the end of the field visit they are supposed to prepare a field visit report. Now their bus has come through Balaghat ranges, and when they started traveling through Balaghat ranges, they started experiencing some trees. They saw that the grass is dry. They couldn't see any green grass anywhere. So they started thinking why the grass is green. So immediately teacher informed them the grass is dry in this area because the rainfall is less. These regions don't get a good amount of rainfall in the year, and that's why you can see the grass is dry. The students also noticed some houses. These houses were made up of mud and wooden. So teacher guided them that these houses, if you observe carefully, the roof is made up of mud and wood, and the walls are constructed by using clay. This shows that this area lies in rural part, means it's a village, and if you observe the people staying over here, you can notice development is very less in this area, and that's why we find mud and wooden houses in this place. The students were very anxious to see such type of houses. The students also saw that all these houses are arranged in a line one behind the other. So they were amazed. So teacher immediately informed them, dear students, you find these houses are arranged in a line one behind the other. Such type of arrangement or settlements are called as linear settlements. In traditional language, people who stay in these areas, they call these houses as dhabyachi ghare. Students were very excited to see such linear settlements, and that's why they even clicked the photos of such houses. Teacher also informed them that in these areas you will find the trees which are shading their leaves during the summer season when it is very hot. Such type of trees are called as deciduous trees, and they shed the leaves in the summer season when it is hot in order to control the rate of evaporation. Then they proceeded further, and now the bus reached the Solapur city, a city which is a developed part, and that's why students were very anxious to note down the points about this city. When their bus entered Solapur city, students immediately could notice a huge difference, and the difference was this city was overpopulated. They could see the density of population in Solapur city is very high. So teacher informed them it is because this city is a developed city. This city is having all the facilities and amenities which are required for the people to have a comfortable life, and because of these reasons the city's population is high. The students also noticed big restaurants, malls, buildings and houses which were constructed with the help of cement, sand, mud and other articles. People were very anxious doing shopping in the malls. There were big hotels and restaurants which provided tasty meal to the people. After having a proper view of Solapur city, teacher informed the students to have their breakfast so that after the breakfast is over, they can proceed further. After completing their breakfast, they proceeded in their bus after crossing Solapur city to the next destination. And during that, students could notice immediate change in the fields which they could see from the window. The students noticed that now the grass is not dry, but it is fully green. There is lot of greenery. Students could notice green trees, flowers, fruits, and even sugarcane fields. So the students started discussing among themselves, why is this change while crossing Solapur city? So teacher guided them. This is because of good amount of rainfall which takes place in this place. The amount of rain which is available in this area helps to grow the fields to the maximum extent, and that's why we can see greenery over here. Teacher instructed the bus driver to stop their bus at the Ujni Dam because she wanted to give information to them. Teacher instructed the students to get down from the bus and stand near the Ujni Dam. Teacher explained that this Ujni Dam is constructed on Bhima River, and because a lot of rain takes place in this area, that water is stored in this Ujni Dam, and later on the same water is provided to the nearby fields with the help of irrigation facility by constructing the canals. In this way, as water is available, we can see green fields and number of sugarcane trees here. This water of Ujni Dam is made available for drinking purpose, for power generation, that is electricity, and also for irrigation purpose. Now the students were very happy about the beauty of this Ujni Dam, and immediately they started taking lot of photographs. After clicking the photos of Ujni Dam, teacher instructed the students that you are supposed to board the bus and we are supposed to proceed further. So as per teacher's instruction, they went into the bus and their journey started. After few hours, the bus reached at the foothills of Sinhagad. Here the children could notice big trees such as banyan, anjan wood and peepal. So the students were surprised to see huge trees which were covered with dark green broad leaves. So they started wondering, why is this difference over here? Teacher came forward to explain that this area receives good amount of rainfall throughout the year, and because of that you can see huge trees covered with green leaves. Now teacher gave instruction to the students that we are supposed to start climbing Sinhagad, a very beautiful fort. And that's why now you have to carry your bag, water bottle, camera, map, binoculars, cap with you so that our journey will become comfortable. As per the teacher's instruction, students started climbing the fort. Now when the students started climbing, all of a sudden it started drizzling, and students just enjoyed the cool weather which was created on the top of the fort. The students loved the beauty as the fort was surrounded by mountains and green trees. Admiring the beauty of the fort, they proceeded further, and they could notice that number of tasty food items were served at Sinhagad Fort. So the students started enjoying the tasty hot groundnuts, then the thick curd and very delicious tasty buttermilk. All the students had a nice time enjoying the food items which were served at Sinhagad Fort. After eating all these things, they proceeded further. They reached the entrance of Sinhagad Fort. Teacher guided them that look at this board which is there at the entrance and please read the information which is given. this information on the board which help you to gather more information about Sinhagad Fort. Teacher instructed them that here there is lot of security at the fort. In the olden days, this security was important to keep a watch on the enemy who are trying to attack on this fort. And this is the main reason why Sinhagad Fort is constructed on the top of the mountain. Even today, this particular fort is having good security so that this fort should be properly protected from all the enemies and the destruction. After some time, teacher and students reached the Kalyan Darwaja and the Dev tank, that is a sacred tank which is available on the fort. Students were surprised to see that Dev tank is still full of water. They started guessing the reasons why it is so. So teacher informed them that this tank is getting water from the natural springs which are available on this fort. The water from the natural spring get collected in this Dev tank, and that's the main reason why this Dev tank is still full of water till now. So the students were surprised to know that in spite of thousands of years, till today this tank is filled with water because of the natural springs which are available on the fort. The water available in Dev tank is used for serving the people which are present on this Sinhagad fort. Teacher also guided them that this Sinhagad fort is famous because of the sacrifice of Tanaji Malusare, and that's why it is also called as Lion's Fort. With this they proceeded further. Now it was time for the students to enjoy the tasty lunch which was served on the fort. The food items were pitla bhakri. The students immensely enjoyed the tasty and spicy pitla bhakri with chutney, onions which was served with it. The students had really a nice time. And after this, they decided to climb down Sinhagad Fort as per the teacher's instructions. In the evening, they were able to reach Pune city. In Pune city, they visited the very famous Shaniwar Wada, which is well known because of Bajirao Mastani's story. In the evening, they also visited Mahatma Phule Mandai, that is the market where number of things are available for sale. So the students enjoyed doing shopping in Mahatma Phule Mandai, and after that they returned back to their lodge. There, before sleeping, they started jotting down the points what they have seen today in their journey, because teacher has given them instruction that after the field visit they are supposed to prepare a field visit report. After that they went to sleep, and next day they started their journey towards Alibag. Early morning they were on the Mumbai-Pune Express Highway. Students started admiring the beauty of this express highway. They loved the beautiful long tunnels which were constructed on it, and they started observing from the windows. On their journey on the express highway, students saw a number of waterfalls. They loved looking at this water. They started clicking number of photographs. Then teacher advised the bus driver to halt at a famous point, that is Rajmachi Point, which is somewhat 12 kilometers away from Lonavala. Teacher guided the students to take their cameras while visiting the Rajmachi Point. This point is well known for selfie point and for photo session. All the students along with teacher carefully gathered at Rajmachi Point, and they started admiring the beauty of it. They clicked number of photos, and after that teacher guided them to get back into the bus so that they will proceed further. Now the bus was proceeding towards Khopoli, and they came across the beautiful Khandala Ghat. When the bus was passing through Khandala Ghat, students could experience dense forest on both the sides. They started wondering why the forest is so dense. What's the reason behind that? Teacher informed them this area receives lot of rainfall, and because of very good amount of rain, here you can see the forest is very dense. In this forest we could see lot of teak trees. These trees are called as deciduous trees because they shade their leaves during hot season, that is summer season, to control the rate of evaporation. Here they also found one rice and dev rice, which are called as woodlands and sacred groves. Means a particular part of a land is reserved for the trees to be grown, and they are considered to be very holy, and tree cutting is not allowed in such places. Students admired the beauty of teak forest and they clicked number of photographs. Then they proceeded further. As they were proceeding towards Alibag and were coming close to the sea, they could experience heavy rainfall on the way. So they understood that Alibag is a place which receives good amount of rain. As they were going near to the sea, the students could experience perspiration. They started sweating and they could feel hot. Even the skin became sticky. They started asking each other, what's the reason behind this? Why suddenly the weather has changed? So teacher informed them, this is because we are proceeding towards the sea. So when you are near to sea, we experience such type of change. It's because of humidity in the air. It means when the proportion of water in the air increases, we start feeling such type of change. As here you see good amount of rainfall takes place, here number of rice fields are available, and rice is a main crop which is grown in Alibag. When they reached Alibag, the teacher guided the bus driver to take their bus first to Talati office. Immediately all the students got down from the bus and they removed their questionnaire, that is the list of questions which they have prepared to ask the people staying in Alibag so that they can gather information about it. They started asking questions like how do you collect this land revenue? What are the main occupations of the people who are staying in Alibag? What type of trees are grown here? What is the main business done in Alibag? All these questions were asked by the students to the Talati officer and he started providing them information. As for that, students started noting down in the notebook. After collecting good information from Talati office, they finally proceeded to the beautiful Alibag fort. The students were very excited to see the fort. Alibag fort was also called as Kolaba fort, and the main attraction and speciality of this fort is that it is constructed in water. So students started taking photograph of this beautiful fort. Teacher further guided them to observe the different landforms which were formed by the sea waves. They were sea caves and wave cut platforms. Students immediately took the pics of these platforms and caves which were formed, and they noted down the information about it in the book. Now teacher asked the students, so far we have visited different forts. Now can you tell me the main difference between these forts? Immediately the students started thinking, and one after the other they came up with the correct answers. They replied that first fort was Naldurg fort, which was constructed on flat land. Next fort which we visited was Sinhagad fort, which was constructed on the top of the hill. And now we have visited Kolaba fort, that is Alibag fort, which is constructed in water. So this is the major difference between Naldurg fort, Sinhagad fort and Kolaba fort. So teacher was very happy with the observation of the students. After this, teacher put forward a question to them. Do you remember any such other forts which are constructed in water? Students started thinking and then they gave the right answer. Students said that Sindhudurga Fort and Janjira Fort are constructed in water. Teacher was very happy to know about the knowledge of the students. Teacher informed them that these two forts were constructed in water many years ago, and this shows the skill of our Indian people. After that, teacher asked to the students, can you guess the occupation or the profession of the people who are living in Alibag? Students started thinking and they gave the answer. They said, as Alibag is a coastal area, many people are doing fishing. As this place receives very good amount of rainfall, agriculture, farming is also done by the people on large scale. So teacher was very happy to know about the observation skill of the students. Teacher guided them that along with fishing and farming, number of trees are grown here such as jackfruit, banana, coconut and betel nut trees. And whatever product they get from these trees, people go in the market and sell them. Apart from these, number of spices are also grown and made available in the market for sale. So these are the main things or the professions of the people who are staying in Alibag. Now as we know, Alibag is gifted by the sea coast. That's why many people, that is tourists, they visit Alibag to enjoy the coastal beauty. They are also fond of tasting the fish, that is seafood, available at Alibag. That's why number of hotels are being built up at Alibag to develop tourism. So along with fishing, agriculture, even tourism is one of an important profession of people who are staying at Alibag. Now, in the end, children enjoyed the sunset point on Alibag beach. They started playing in the water. They had lot of fun and they had enjoyed their field visit. They started clicking number of photographs at the sunset point to capture the glimpse in their camera. In short, the students had a nice time on the beach. Now teacher guided them to board the bus so that they can return back to their lodge. Now teacher instructed all the students that today we have completed with our field visit to Alibag. Now, whatever points you have noted down in 2 days, that you are supposed to present here in the form of a report. So please start recollecting the points and jot them down in your report. So as per the teacher's instruction, the students started recollecting the points which they have written, and as per that they started preparing the field visit report. So in this way, these students completed their field visit and safely came back to Naltur. So with this students, we have completed with this lesson field visit. I expect you all have enjoyed this journey with them. We will meet again in our next lecture with some another topic. Till that time, stay at home, stay safe and do take care of yourselves. Bye students.